That back there is not real.
There was a group of reptilians there, and they stood around me in a circle.
Tradition tells us that the army of the Messiah is not to come from heaven, but is to arise from inner
All right, truth seekers. All right, tonight we're in the Dallas office tonight. A lot of you didn't know that we have two offices. We got one in Kennedale where the studio is, and tonight we are here in Dallas because this is where we have our events. And so, as the team and I was here doing some research and working on our event, I thought it'd be a good idea for us to just hop on a podcast since we all are here. So we'll be discussing it. And as you know, we're going to be talking more about those pesky aliens of the different races. And so we're going to be doing that tonight as well. And so I have some of our researchers and team members here with me. I'll give them an introduction in a minute. But as you know, we've been talking about, this is a part 3 of a series, okay? Part 3 of a series of going through a lot of these alien races. Now, if you have not had an opportunity to go back and watch Monday, and then go over to Forbidden Knowledge, and then you're going to watch Tuesday's show. And then, of course, I mentioned we'll be back here tonight. So I know it's a little rare for us to be here on Thursday, but we're going to pump up the game of doing what we do. So, yeah, all right. Shaka Khan says, oh, my God, finally live. Thank you for being here. Where are you located? Let me know. Give a shout out to Diana, is our godmother of the channel. She's on here with us tonight. And I will give you an introduction in a little bit of who is with me, but these are team members behind the scenes, but now they're on the front lines because, again, we'll be doing some stuff. First of all, if you have not watched a few, we've been talking about Earth being 5 billion years old. And I think a lot of people have a problem with at least thinking about us as humans. There's a possibility that we could be mixed with some type of alien DNA. And like I said, we've been talking about this all week, and I think it's up to you and your best interest. Like now, humor-wise, you can go back and say some people look like birds. I'm sorry. Some people look like whatever. Some people that you know could look like grasshoppers, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, damn. And they know it too because we see people all the time. Now, I'm not saying anybody look in the mirror and think what they look like, and that'll be up to TK over here on the end down here, and Leander's right here. And so they'll be having some dialogue with us tonight as I go over some of these alien races. Now, if you all decide have any kind of questions a little bit, we will do that. But like I said, we're just here in our Dallas office. And matter of fact, let me just kind of tell you why we're here. On the 17th, we're going to have what we call one of our seats up on the screen. If you have not, or you live in the area, make sure you come because we're going to be talking about who's feeding off of you, and then we're going to have a mystery panel, and it's a free event. You're welcome to go up to the website innertruth.com, and then go make sure that you can register if you want, but the address is right here on the bottom of the flyer for those of you just going to pop in. We're going to start at 2 o'clock to 2 o'clock to 6. I'm sorry, it's 4 hours, and we're running right on time. Okay, so we're going to be doing that. So make sure if you're going to come out with us, kind of join us. All right. So with that being said, let me get right into our conversation, and we can kind of do that. First of all, we've been talking about aliens all week, and the ladies here have their own opinion, I think, in their own way, but I think everybody are believers that there are alien races. And I'll just start with TK on the end over there. Is there anyone that you grew up with, family member that's like a bird or maybe some type of orangutan alien? You could be honest too. They ain't nobody watching but us.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I get it. So that's a great question. Just going out through the lifetimes, I see family members of mine, some of them looking like the Reptilians in a way. Not gonna lie to you. Some of them even looking like aliens in the fact of like from the Predator. So, just
And you got
I
some
see
ugly ass
things
family
and-
members there.
Hey, you said, let's be honest.
Well,
Let's be
shit, I don't have family that's that
So-
damn ugly, but I'm saying like
You just do. We are seeing what we grow up in the movies. What is the attraction in the movie? Example, Aliens versus Predator, or like we said the other day, what was the other one that we were talking about? The other cartoon?
no, we talking about your family members. So if they look like, what do they look like?
Hey, I already said it.
Mickey Mouse and shit. What about you, Leander?
What does Miley look like?
Oh, what do your family, do they look like any, or maybe anybody you went to school with or something before we get into this thing, but yeah.
Definitely. So I have encountered plenty of people who look like either birds or insects, different animals and species of extraterrestrials. So I definitely see it everywhere when I'm out, people watching. Can't really pinpoint what my family specifically looks like. I feel like we have to be like a mixed.
Oh, like a hybrid.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
part insect, part bird. I'm not into what you're looking at. I'm not going to get on the air and be talking about, bird faces and all that, especially with my team members. Listen, all right. So I want to do an audio check for all of you out there. Make sure you heard each one of them talk. So give me a 1 if you heard TK talking okay, a 2 if you heard Leander talking, of course 3. So let me know you heard all 3 of us. So our moderators, I'll wait for you all right now to give me a cue and then we're free to get deep into it. So I hope y'all ready for that as we go forward. But I'll wait and see what we have, and if y'all can do that for me, we would do. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So everybody heard all of us. All right. So if you've been following us, you'll know that I've been going through different alien races. So right now, we're going to talk about the Dries. Okay, Dries is DRIES, and today I didn't bring my grammar box today, but I will show her the screen over here next to me, or either one of them, and then they're going to pronounce some of these alien names. Fair enough? Y'all got it? All right, so they got it. But anyway, so as we go through some of these aliens, just know that we're not alone, right? And we've been talking about that for quite some time, but I think people just don't get it that we're not alone. Or they think, okay, just the Greys and Reptilians, which we're going to talk about them a little bit at the second part of the show tonight. But at the end of the day, I think that, look, somebody talking about they ran into a couple of people that look like some aliens. And so I think that if people start really comprehending that Earth been around years and humans only been around maybe 500 million, some type of humanoid 500 million years. And go back to the biblical story, Christ stories and all that was written maybe 2,000 and some years ago. Now, this is when it was written, but then say 5,000 of the story. So what has happened between the other 4.5 billion, whatever, that there have been some mixed breeds around here. There has been giants, right? And we talk about that a lot. And at that time, they said the giants. I still am stickler about that because they are giants, right? And I know size does matter in these days, but we're talking giants, and I'm not going to put them on the spot, about that. But the whole point is we're talking giants, okay? Does that matter? No, don't y'all answer that. So we might have some kids watching tonight. So anyway, when you start thinking about giants and reptilians and insectoids, ant people, and the list just goes on and on and on, then it is possible that they have co-bred a hybrid with human species. And they're therefore in lens that some of us, some of you that's watching now is an alien. You're just alien, period. You just think you're human alien. So one in particular that I'm looking at is called the Dries, as I mentioned. Now, their height, according to this document, is around 2.5 meters, which is about 8 feet tall. So they're some big ones. Now, you all don't really see the picture a little bit, but they do look like people around me, right? And not now, but at that point. But they have a very complex structure of their skull. So big head, y'all probably know some big headed people. They visited Earth about 20 times. They carry out human abductions, like all of them do, which they use for human reproduction. So at this point, whether they're using it for food or not, but they have abducted, at least they're saying here, over 500 some humans. So we're okay there, because usually we got at least 500,000 people a year coming up missing right now. And so that's something that people know. Somebody says a template. Yeah, 2 eyes, 2 nose. And I thought I was the only one figuring that part out. But yeah, that's one of the deals. Now, they mostly eat animal protein derived from products. According to the alien reports, they are not mentally and spiritually prepared to interact with most other races. Now, I was watching a video. The guy was talking about this race today, and he was saying that they're underground mentally and spiritually, but there are 2 home planets, which is a chemical composition similar to Earth, that they're supposed to reveal themselves to humans. And actually, this is said a couple of years ago. So that would mean 2 years ago, 3 years ago, there were some aliens who revealed themselves to humans. And we can do that. Someone says, my ex-husband, now that's Judy, had a humongous head. Like, you said which husband if you have been married. You said, my ex-husband has a humongous head. Which head are you talking about? Because, we're, I mean, isn't that not a fair question?
That is a very fair question.
Is it?
I guess.
It is.
What do you mean you guess? You don't. She said, listen, right here, my ex-husband has a humongous head. I'm saying we're talking giants, or we talking all this. So we need to be specific. Like elephant head. Anyway, we'll just.
Inquiring minds.
Right. Did he have 6 heads?
Yeah, see, someone else says that was a fair question.
Right.
Yeah, see if she gonna put it out there like that. I just wanted to know, maybe inquiring minds want to know. I don't know. Y'all, I don't give a shit, but someone said they're Palladian and all right. Funny. The head on top of his shoulder. All right, so okay. Aliens have all kinds of shows. All right, so the next one is called Lang. All right. Lang is a small species growing up to 70 meters. They come from the 6-star constellation, Berenices or whatever. And they have 3 home planets, maybe 4, and they colonized 2. Now, they were one of the first races, they said, visited here on Earth. And they started the stories about fairies. What do y'all know about fairies?
I was going to ask, how big was 70 meters?
That's a story for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
What do we know about fairies?
What do you know about 70 meters? Yeah. That sounds big, though. Tall.
It's small. It sounds small. A fairy is small.
Well, no. He said 70 meters. Yeah. Now.
That says centimeters.
Centimeter. That's even smaller.
Yeah. It is.
70 meters will be down the street. That's big. All right. So, yeah.
So let's talk about fairies.
Talk about fairies. What do you know about
So, fairies. I know we've all heard the stories of the fairies having the mushroom circles and not to go into the mushroom circles.
What is a mushroom? Like high?
So
high?
No. So if you're ever into the woods, or if you're a gardener or something like that, and you're in the wild and you're in the woods and you happen to see a circle of mushrooms, right, guys? They say do not step into that circle of mushrooms. Is if you step in, it's like stepping into a portal, and it can bring about bad karma coming out. And then you could actually receive some of the negative energy from the fairies.
Have y'all ever smoked mushroom? You?
No, I have not.
They won't hear you say that.
Oh, no, I have not.
You have not. Well, reason I asked because they say this race have claimed they abducted over 10 million people in mushrooms. So that's some dumbass shit. If somebody's walking into a circle of mushrooms, by this time it should be a rumor not to do that, right? 10 million people.
Mm-hmm. And then I also say not to leave offerings for the fairies.
Now we're talking fairies is the little things that's zooming around, right? Have any of y'all in the audience seen a fairy? Have y'all seen a fairy?
They've been caught on like the Ring cameras a lot lately.
You seen a fairy on your Ring
I have
camera?
not personally, but I have seen videos of the Ring camera fairies. Like you,
what is that?
I might have seen a fairy and just didn't know.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody else said fairy. We're talking about fairies. Allison and one another. All right, so we have another image. Well, not an image, but they're called the SMOD, and they come from planet whatever in constellation Battery, and they have some small ships. I think I read that. All right, so here we go. Read that name of that alien.
Tangri, Tangri.
Tingry. Okay, so Tingry. Now, does he look like somebody you know?
Mm,
You don't see that? There you go. All right. Some of y'all married to aliens and didn't know it back in the day, but I don't know. So anyway, they come from planet Tangri, which is a galaxy or galactic sector 56, y'all. Some type of star system. They live underground in population of 10 million. So that's a lot of them down here. Oh, somebody says screen share. Now I can't put but I won't. But we will go. So Dolores Cannon days fairies existed, and it's what they said is mermaids. Huh. A friend of mine had a fairy house in her yard, like a fairy house. I mean, did fairies live in a house, Judah? Were they there, like in the bedrooms or something? Was it a big house, little house? Somebody says, I get mushroom rings in front of my yard, and I have a fairy garden in my backyard, and they can be active, and we love them. All right. Y'all go test that shit and walk in a circle, and then we won't see you no more.
I'm interested to know, do you guys leave offerings for them?
Yeah. Do y'all leave offerings for these
Do
fairies?
you notice things missing in the house or just misplaced in the yard?
I be having a lot of socks and shit coming up missing. Like,
hey, could be
all
a
the time.
fairy.
Draw some of my, I mean, not that they wearing my shit, but I'm saying socks. Socks is notoriously come up missing.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like another portal. Somebody taking socks. Y'all wear socks? But you know what I'm saying? Do y'all have socks ever come up missing?
one side. It's always
Mhm.
missing.
Always
One
one.
side.
I just tie them up on the basket now and just hopes that they come back.
Eventually.
All right, so
Eventually.
something could be taking the socks. I don't know. All right, so we have another alien here called Gray Sly. No, Gray Sly. All right, well, that's pretty good. Their height average the same as humans, but they're covered in soft, silky hair. They have two home planets. One is the Virgo star system, and they have visited Earth at least 12 times. Their first visit happened during the dynasties of Egypt, the pharaohs, around 3,000 years ago. They spent 10 uninterrupted years there, and then they said they have been keeping close look at human development for the past 200 years, knowing that some powerful humans can and are being misled by some alien race disguised as humans. Now, that's some serious shit right there. So I'm going to put this down for a second so we can get into this dialogue. All right, so outside of the stories of reptilians, what other aliens do you all think is walking around here? I mean, I know I've been talking about all these things, but just prior knowledge. Oh, Chaka Khan says, I have very soft, silky, blonde hair. You really do. I mean, so, we'll get to that in a minute, but what do y'all think is walking around here?
So physically or
Yeah, let's go physically.
physically? I think there's a lot. They're just hiding or undisturbed.
Yeah. All right. Someone else said tall whites. Yeah. So if y'all in the audience, what other alien races do you think is walking around here? All right. Based on, based on the stories that you heard, when we're talking that could be looking like humans, posing as humans, walking around here. What do you think about that, TK?
Well, I mean, I most definitely would have to go with the Palladians too, because they always say that the Palladians are very attractive people, based upon the energy that they carry. They come to deliver a message and have certain energy. And then I always when I think about Palladians, for some reason, I think Chris Brown. To be honest with you,
He ain't that attractive. I don't know why y'all.
I didn't say he was just that.
You just
attractive.
said
I'm just saying
you
attractive
grouped the Palladians
characteristics.
as being attractive.
That's what I've heard them to be. Have you heard them to be attractive
have.
people? Yeah, with certain
Don't be
characteristics and
jealous.
traits that they go through.
So
He
you-
also went through that blonde stage too.
So-
We talked about that, or you've talked about that on the show. So
Yeah, but
Right.
now Judah
deep.
talking about Chris Brown. Yeah, she went to a Chris Brown concert. I mean, like went out of the
Chris Brown.
country to see this dude or something. I don't know.
Fine.
Huh? Is
No,
he
she
who?
said Chris Brown is fine. You put that emphasis on like
The
that
fuck?
when you typed it.
I listen. I haven't put y'all on the spot. I'm fine too. No.
Yeah.
That was submission. That had nothing to do with. They didn't even look at me and just say, yeah, just didn't even check me out. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's all good. It's to the eyes of, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. But listen, they said that like Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, a lot of these people, I'm not laughing. Thank you. Someone said, yes, I am. Thank you. So the whole point is that a lot of these celebrities are reptilians. They have been changed out, so to speak, cloned, or because think about it. If you were a shape-shifting alien, you're not going to be a bomb under the bridge. Why? Why would you? You will definitely, if you had your choice to be somebody famous so you can do what you do, like this vampire stuff or whatever, and you want the money, why not? Because we're in a materialistic world. I mean, I don't think any reptilian would come here and be like, oh, I just want to go switch places with a homeless person. Would you be a reptilian?
They do have access to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Walking to and fro.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it makes sense. Somebody says Eminem. So if any of you all in the audience think that some of these celebrities are some type of shapeshifters, let's give me some names that you guys can, whoever you think, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I do a lot of studying on reptilians. That's just kind of my pet peeve of them. But I'm going to put a new message out tonight. So if you are reptilian and you find this video and you're a good one, contact me because I want to learn from you. I want to really know what you know, because I know that there's good ones and bad ones here. And I'm not going to expose you like that or just bring it out or, anything. But I would love to know the truth that I don't know, right? And pretty much because there's just so many mystical stories when it comes down to the reptilians and shapeshifters, or the ones that can shapeshift, the ones that can't, the one that are full blood, not blood, hybrids, because everybody has some type of reptilian DNA in them, and pretty much. So if you tell us thinking about it, you can. So Leanda, when did you get into this alien stuff? And pretty much, besides thinking you may be an alien, well, you're an alien, right?
I believe I am. Yes.
That you can fly? Like there's grasshopper aliens with wings.
I do believe I can fly.
Don't, like right now. You don't believe that, y'all. But go ahead.
I've always been curious, but I've had visitation. So I've had multiple visitations
from aliens.
Different species.
Species, like what kind?
I guess what you would consider like the grays, but it was like a beigey brown.
Like your fingernail brown?
No, my fingernails are pink.
Oh, all right. So did they do any like work on you, like implants, and because they do that kind of stuff?
Possibly. I was incapacitated. I couldn't move. The what do you call it? The paralysis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was very small. It was like 3 to 4 feet tall, and it ran off. A tall hooded guy. He was probably like 13 feet.
13 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like big mother.
Like, yeah, huge. And he didn't look too. His skin was kind of gray. Like, yeah.
Like any other world besides this one, somebody would say you're like nuts. You're crazy. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, what the fuck did she just say? What about you, TK? You seen any alien? I think you have.
Growing up in the country in East Texas, I strongly feel like I have seen some because of just the wide space you'll see it zipping through in the night. And I just would never count it off as a star because it just moves too quick or it just sits there and hovers. So, yeah, I've seen a couple of things.
Y'all got some sorry stories and shit. I mean, we talking abductions, like took you somewhere and stripped you, put, the probe, the probes, right? Because that kind of shit. Would y'all tell that side of the story anyway? Would you? Would you?
I would tell if I remembered.
Oh shit, that's a good one. That's a classic, y'all. Anytime someone has been alienized, it's always like I don't remember. Nobody will come back and say the alien got me, right? It's like one of those stories. I probably interviewed a bunch of people, and no one wants to admit that part. All right. She says in her past life, I was told I was a reptilian by a young man that told me the past life that it was crazy, but I don't know nada about reptilians other than I know not all are bad. Okay. Great admit. That's fine. Maybe you'll come out and say you are a reptilian. You're getting there. All right. So either which way, I would assume not all bad, because think about it, just as much as we are different species and we all look different, there's a lot of different species of reptilians out there. So when you want to go and look at it, I think a lot of people just don't really understand. 80% of our government is reptilian, 80%. And they're controlling everything that we eat, what we see, mind control, everything. And the purpose of that is to get us to disconnect from the source, the God source that's in all of us, right? For us being what we call God guardians of Earth. This is the original species of human when we came, that was our thing. Now, obviously, over time, I said it on many occasions that someone got disgusted with us and wiped us out 4 times. Y'all just know that it's a possibility it's come again. Maybe it could be tomorrow. They get pissed off tomorrow and just flood us out like roaches, but it has happened, Well, y'all don't think so?
No.
Oh,
That's a prime example, like we watched in the video.
let me tell you why. I'm not gonna say who, but one of them is smiling because they damn had fish, right? And so they figure the water come, I can swim or I can breathe underwater. So it's that's the stories we get behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, I'm saying that they have wiped us out on many occasions. They have literally said, F these humans, and wiped us out. And I don't think people realize that. I think people just don't. When you hear the story of Noah or the deluge or whatever you want to call it, they wiped us out, and these pesky humans. And then someone started over. And I think we're probably today the best perfection of it right now, because we're very intelligent. We have rapid growth. We're breeding a lot, quicker, and we do outnumber these species, all of them, because this is our planet. But at the end of the day, they want it back, and pretty much. So I just don't think that people understand it. And ain't nobody getting off this planet, right? No time soon. That someone said they are not all alpha draconian. They're not. I will say that wholeheartedly. Someone said, I want to show you this video, but it will blow your mind with what you're talking about right now. Which part? And go ahead and tell us a little bit about the video. Put it in a type. Robert says, I'm sure I was born with a tail. I'm going to pause for you for a minute, because that's not a disease. I call it a confession, right? He says, my mom said that I had a growth on my tailbone. She took me to the doctor weekly for treatment, maybe radiation, to burn it off. I'm still sensitive in that area, and I'm 71. Again, and thank you for having the courage to just even say that. I say it all the time, that there's people here born with webbed feet. There's people that are born with tails and all of this. And in the medical field, they want to say, oh, maybe it's a disease and not a confession. But everyone knows that we have reptilian DNA. That is just, you got a reptilian brain. You have all of these things, even all of the supplements and things that they make for us in the medical field. All of it has the baseline of lizard saliva and all this stuff. Because why? Because it's part of our DNA. And so I think there's something to kind of look at when it comes down. So have y'all heard any stories of, like Robert is saying, people born with tails or what are your thoughts about that? And y'all can use y'all mics and stuff. Yeah.
People are born with like 6 fingers and all kinds.
Well, that's like some inbreeding shit, maybe, but we're talking like like duck feet.
No, they would call it a slight birth defect, but yes, I've
Well, but
known.
what alien would have 6 fingers? I mean, I guess any of them. Octopus? No.
I mean, the 6 finger that grows off the side in some newborns, or just some people that may have it that have had it surgically removed.
But I thought that may be just count. Now, maybe that could be a simple birth defect, but I'm just trying to think of 6 fingers. Like,
I mean, that's the 6 finger I've ever seen.
you ever been with a 6 finger person? Like,
I've
intimately?
seen it in real life.
I mean, have you
An
dated a
extra toe?
6 fingers?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Would you date somebody with 6 fingers? I mean, that's a lot of extra work they could do.
I was just going to say, I mean,
What about you? Would you
Would I?
date somebody with 6 fingers? 7? An alien, though.
No.
Goddamn, that's a yes. That is a curiosity yes. I'm telling y'all. What about y'all out there? Somebody said they have a bunch of fingers and stuff, but Nephilim got 6 fingers and toes. You're talking about giants, right? Yeah. What about when your blood changes, your body attacks itself? Maybe they tried. Somebody said I was born with 6 fingers. Okay, so like, or like an extra one, like right there. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, kind of tell me what that 6 finger was, and what they do with it. Did they remove it, or you still got it, or what? And yeah. But once again, it's all right. So I would think it would have been a defect, but at this point, birth defect. But at this point, it could be alien stuff.
mhm.
But I don't know. We've been reading a few. We'll get some more, y'all. But we've been reading a few. Ain't none of them really said about 6 fingers. She said I was born with 9 fingers on the right. God, that's someone else, and 4 on the left. How you funny? Okay. Well, I mean, if you serious, like you still got 10 total though, right? Hey, y'all good. Y'all good. Excuse me, because this is just. He said he was born with 9 fingers on the right hand and 4 on the left. So that they. Wait a minute. That's more than 10. That's how many? Like 12?
Ain't it? Yeah.
Oh, I miscounted. All right. So, hey, I ain't mad at you though. So, why y'all laughing?
I'm with it. I'm just trying to imagine it.
I know.
Okay, so what
I
did
think
they?
that's the thing, is just trying to imagine it.
What did they do? Did they remove? Did they say anything, or what were you told that you were born, Rev? What were you told when it came into this? Someone said some Anunnaki got 6 fingers. Okay, so we might be dealing with a species then. Okay, so if that is more common, look, somebody talk about 13 fingers, huh? Yeah. Oh, is that like some kind of theft joke or something? Like, I don't know. We're not making fun at you, because you know what? Let me put it like this. I've always introduced humor in this subject because a lot of people say we take it too serious. But when it's reality, why can't we laugh about it, right? And so we're not. But if you have been bullied over something like that, then I accept my apology, number one, because that's not what we're trying to do here at all. So, but you can say something, and I'll give you a direct apology for that as well. Someone said, I have a nub. He said, we can get back to the show, please. All right, so I got you. No problem. An apology. But thank you for, at least coming forward on it. And we're not going to make you a, of the show. And someone says, I have a nub. It was tied and fell off. They did the same to my boy. So, okay, so that, he's like, for real. We good, for real. I got you. He said, I'm here. All right, thank you for being here. All right, so my research led me to powerful rulers. So you start researching the fact that you and your children were born this way. So what research did you come up with, sentiment, gifts, when you came down at? And see, y'all, where I'm going with this is this, and like I said, I would take full responsibility of leading into the laughter of things because, like I said, I've done this 500 times and I've had people cry about certain things, but I wouldn't be doing a show talking about that we are mixed with all these different races, right? And that's the reality that is true. But we're told that it doesn't exist. We're told that that's not possible. And so once you start looking at just look at the dates, 5 billion to 500 million. That is a lot of time that a lot has happened long before this version of ourselves start coming in over the last 5,000 years, And so I think it's something that's pretty much, he says, how fast Elon Musk to help me in space so I can have a family in outer space. Well, listen, one of the things that I say about the outer space programs that we're running into is because we're in what we call the soul net. And I really think the wealthy know the truth, and they know they need to die off the planet to get the soul released. Otherwise, the soul net is catching. And so they are vigorously trying to get off this planet or being an interplanetary species so that they can get out of here. And so I think somebody says, does a stomach hernia count? No. And the reason I say that, because then me and you will be an alien. I had an issue with that years ago. They gave me like 24 hours to live, and it was a situation. All right. So we can just kind of, but you never know. You know, my kids are RH, the kid's mother is RH negative. So I was really close there. Someone sent a finger. So other than that, I'm just saying we can kind of do that and just go. Let me continue. I'm going to talk about a little more of these aliens here. And I see y'all all are putting in that about with my family research over the years. I just tell everyone I'm high as 50. Well, you're not alone. She says she's mixed with a lot of different stuff, and we still trying to figure it out. You know, just go on a search. I was born with 5 fingers on each hand. All right. So he came back to say that. Oh, that's cool. All right. So the elite bloodlines have a lot of interesting body parts and differences, and maybe it's tied to RH negative. All right. So let's I'm gonna bring them into this conversation. Oh no, let me get a couple of these alien races out first. All right, so this one is about the Anunnaki. We're not going to go in it. Y'all don't hear so many stories. Well, there's a lot about them, though. All right, let's go. I'm going to go into it a little bit. They came from planet Nibiru. I think I read this on Forbidden Knowledge already. But anyway, their planet is part of some solar system as Earth, same solar system, but with a much longer orbit. Supposedly, the Anunnaki comes from the sun every 4,000 years and not every 3,500 or 36 that Zachariah Ascension talks about. Also, they resemble humans, but they're a little taller, about 8 feet, more muscular. And when they first came to Earth, there was already other races here. You see, and this is something that I'm really starting to get into and think about this right now. Most Black people think we came from Anunnaki. But even though the Anunnaki did gene splicing, but they're not the people that created us. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're part of a bloodline. And then if you start looking into the Inky and Enlil story, one of them was a reptilian. Mm. So what are y'all thoughts about that? Or what are your stories that you not just grew up on when you got into this space? Start with you. What are your whole... When you hear the term Anunnaki, what was your thoughts from the beginning to wherever you are now, you know?
Used a lot to describe a bunch of different races. They just use that term interchangeably, like Anunnaki almost means from another system instead of as a specific species of extraterrestrials. So I think that term just gets thrown around a lot, and a lot of people do correlate them to a Black extraterrestrial, where I don't think that's exactly how it is. I think that there's probably Black or Black looking extraterrestrials, or there's multiple star systems. I don't think that it's just one star system that has
Anunnaki, or are you saying
Black?
Yeah, but all right. So whenever people be talking about Black aliens, I describe this all the time. They're talking about black like the color of my phone. Why do people in my community, not you or y'all, my community, the cocoa dark and brown people, think that they're talking about Black people when everybody describes them Black, but we know the color black is black, not brown.
Well, that term is thrown around too loosely as well.
Yeah.
But there's so many different shades from light to purple to
Okay. TK, what do you think about the Anunnaki, the stories?
I mean, I feel like they do have a part of the evolve of us, but at the same time, I cannot dismiss the Great Mother Mayat in the Reptilian Dragon Code. I mean, I can't dismiss that at all, and how they came about. So,
So you saying the Mother Maya as one of our creators, or?
That from my understanding of it, they got with one of the Anunnakis, and it's aided in the assistance of coding and getting us online.
All right, she talking over my head, y'all. Online, like
As in
like
genetically
alive, like
modifying us
let's
and
blow,
getting us
like the
alive,
Bible said, let's
yes.
blow breath.
Blowing that Yahweh, yeah.
But
I don't know. That's just my thought of it on how I feel about it all came together. I believe that, so much hype has been given for the Anunnaki, and it's a lot of mixed information thrown around, and it's not the full picture of everything. I just feel like it's more to it, if you're asking me. Yeah, I believe it's a mix of Anunnaki, it's a mix of dragon, taking it back to the primordial times and the agreement that was
but how
made.
far back though?
Ooh.
And you're in the, yeah.
I really can't tell you, Roderick. That's going back to the study of the Anunnaki, going back in that same time frame. Because when we talk about the Anunnaki, to be honest, that's when I learned about Mayat. But this is just in my teaching and what I've learned.
That makes really interesting segue, because when you start thinking about how everybody sees it, not only based on religion, right? Even, and maybe one of y'all in the audience can kind of Google the beginning of the Mayat era, right? And we can kind of get some dates of that, because then it goes back. But what I do know is that every civilization, no matter where they were, before religion, they all worshiped the snake. They all did. For some odd reason, well, at least human civilization, right? And so therefore that lends a little credit that these reptilian races were, doing their genetic stuff throughout. Now, even here it says they genetically engineered most intelligent non-alien beings on Earth, us at the time, not much more than smart primates. So this kind of go back here saying that we did that thing involved from apes and stuff, but in order to have a race of slaves. And so we got reptilian genes, we got Anunnaki DNA, we have all these different DNAs. Is that more of a superpower that we need to all figure out, or shapeshifters or something,
I think a lot of that is too trying to throw us off from the truth.
And the truth is, in your opinion?
I'm still searching for the truth, but I think going back to what TK says, throwing us off from other, because the mother has been completely wiped from everything.
Kind of like mother figure, like
Our mother.
Going back to
like all of us
how
came
we
from
create-
mother, like this inceptional birth, like it wasn't no male thing that did two together.
DNA most definitely was used in chromosomes
The
when
woman
they
present?
got ready to splice and mix things apart.
What DNA y'all talking about?
The DNA of the creation of how we all, whether it's male DNA, female DNA,
Well, you hear
blood
different
mixture. Yeah.
You
Go
hear
ahead. I'm sorry.
different stories of even in the Anunnaki story of it kept failing until this woman.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not. Anyway, so I'm not going to even pose the shit. And I'm talking hand-to-hand comeback odd number, but I'm saying that. So y'all are both agreeing together that it was an ultimate failure until the woman thing came in, and then all of a sudden, poof, it worked.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, listen. All right. Let me read the next line, and then I'm going to say what they said here. It said eventually that they left. Let me move on to this. Blah, blah, blah. It was something here. They gave birth to our giants. Okay, so spiritually, or religiously one that they found the women of men beautiful. So was that the part, or y'all saying it was something else? Because obviously the story said that they found y'all beautiful and those giants became y'all stuff. I mean, giant stuff.
I feel like you fast forwarded it. Yeah, you
skipped
you skipped a lot of decades. You over here with the Book of Enoch.
No, but I mean,
Nephilim.
no, I'm saying if we're going to go there,
Christ was born.
but they said that the Anunnaki, now what Anu said, the woman Anunnaki said, if I remember, she said, what you seek was already there when he was trying to look for something. And she didn't say nothing about no woman. That woman gave the idea. Yeah, she probably gave the thing, but she said, what you seek is already there. That's what I mean.
So that was what they were using to create life, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that
but
is-
she was saying that ape-ass looking woman thing over there, man too, is what you seek. Did not like it didn't work, and now let's mix this thing together. I mean, right? No? Because that mean the woman gene was already done, and it was like we had to mix it to create something else.
well, we're talking about us, right?
I must be fucking wrong, right? Hey, y'all, maybe I'm mixed up because they confused me with this mother creation thing, where it's like that. I mean, I'm not discounting the fact that it's a woman thing on this thing, but Mother Earth and Mother whatever, Mother fucker, there's a whole thing. I'm not trying to discount it, but I'm just confused.
No,
I'm confused. Y'all can talk.
No,
I'm
that's a
confused.
valid point because I'm looking in the chat too. It brings up the remembrance. Mayat was Inky's sister, which is Nusaga, also known as Isis.
Right.
So
Many names.
right. It goes by many names.
So where I'm going with then, these humans was already here, and there was male and female humans walking around.
Wasn't there a species,
Right.
a version that has evolved into us? Like they took
Yeah.
some of that species, some of that.
Well, if I
whatever
want to
was
go
here.
Christian, you took my rib, and that's where it came from.
No.
Is that not a true story?
I'm looking at like, okay, so we got let's go back a little bit. We got Egyptian times where they were saying Isis, where you have the crocodile head and the boar body or the hippopotamus. That was the first start of the creation before we came to us.
It was some women hippos walking around.
Hey, that's a goddess. Yes. Let's take it back some more.
Okay.
Because we're gonna eventually figure it out if we keep pushing and pulling on it. We just gotta.
No, go ahead, y'all. I mean, I'm with y'all with that, and okay, I'm gonna keep going because I'm sure I'm wrong, and I'm wrong. All right, so we have another alien race. You want to give me?
Solpicia Raya? Solpicia Raya?
Solipsy, right? Right?
Let a man do this. So Raya, yeah, that's all. Just real simple. I don't know how they got confused, but either way, no, they was right because it's soulless or whatever, some bullshit here. But anyway, but they call them grays. That's all. And they're peaceful, and these supposed to be peaceful, harmonious grays, but their civilization is 2 billion years old. This is what I was going at, right? When we start wanting to think about all of these races, even humanoids, that are 500 million years old. And the Mayat stories start way whenever. All right, hang on. Let me read a chat here. That was a story about cloning, someone said. And then, so Anunnaki stories about clone. There's a delay with the audio sometimes. And I think it's the internet here, which I may have to do another show here to find out. And if it is, then, we'll be back at the studio in the other time because the internet is a little different right now, but and I'm not even gonna read the name of this next alien, but they was created by the Matroid race in order to be used as slaves. Now, where we're going with this is, and the reason we've been talking about all these races, if you're new here, is because of the fact that it's just a possibility that we're crossbred. 12 tribes of aliens that actually came when the creator or all of these things. When by the time humans got here, we were considered what they call the god guardians of Earth. And then it made a lot of other ones jealous because they felt that this is their domain. And then, of course, the Palladians came in with the Council of Five and all these things and said, hey, I don't care who y'all is, good or bad, get off Earth. And so Earth became this untouchable place. Now, a lot of people, you all think that the aliens are going to save us, right? Or they're going to stop wars and all that. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I can't say that they're going to save us, but I have a strong feeling of the galactic system that's protecting the realms. I'm going to say that much. Now, me knowing who I am and what star system I come from, now, if I see my people, I'm going to try to tap in and be like, hey, what's going on? But hopefully I would know what's going on before they got here. But me just jumping and hopping in the ship, it's just not happening.
So you say tapping in your people. What do you mean?
Mm-hmm. Tapping into my starseed people.
So you're an alien?
I'm saying that I know who I am in a past life, and I know the code.
Don't hold back. Well, who?
Well, I mean, I'm one of the good record keepers, one of the blue people. I'll tell you that much.
Like
intuitive
thought. You ain't even nowhere close to blue. What are you talking? I mean, like blue, like
yes.
color blue,
yes,
and then black blue.
Life.
Then we
yes, blue. Yes. In a past life, yes.
What color were you? You think? In any of them?
The rainbow.
Oh shit. So, is it okay for people to call us crazy thinking about this kind of stuff, or
if
what?
They want to.
They want
to sleep at night seeing blue and rainbows like aliens, like your ancestors or something?
However they want to come across. I see my ancestors. I see the people.
What about Roots? Chaka Zulu? I mean, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? They were dark as all get out. So we're going past them.
Going way back.
Mm-hmm.
Siren. Oh, somebody says, you got to save yourself. Okay, I hear you. Look at that right there. Oh, Syria.
See, that's you.
All right, my bad. All right, so I'm seeing things. Listen, unfortunately, most evidence in the ocean because of deluge. Yeah. All right, so let me make sure I understand what I'm saying. You all are saying that at some point that you feel that you were blue back in the day.
Mm-hmm, I know. I have.
Oh, she said she
yes,
know.
I know.
You were blue is like,
yes.
And let me make sure this wall is
Akashic
blue.
Records. Yes.
This wall is blue.
Translucent, clear blue.
Not that blue.
Not that blue. No. More of a translucent, clear blue, like see-through. Those type of.
So that's not blue. That's clear.
It's a blue, translucent, clear.
And you rainbow.
No, I've seen the blue beings as well. I don't know specifically that I
need to be interviewing y'all tonight because somebody added like Avatar.
Oh, that's a great movie. That's out. No, not like Avatar.
But that's blue.
Mm-hmm. No, that is blue. It's a lighter, like a light body, luminous color, huh?
You talking about you or the before?
No, we're talking about me, the record keepers of the Akashic Records. We're talking about those people, the ones that collect the data, that don't interfere with humankind, that we just kind of watch things and report it and put it in the books. That's it.
All right, so y'all been reincarnated before, you think?
I'm trying not to come back. I want to complete my mission. I want to complete my mission and not come back.
But this is heaven. This earth is supposed to be heaven.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
Why everybody don't want to come back? Don't even know where you're going, but you don't want to come back.
I know where I'm going.
Where are you going? Like where are you going?
Not here.
I mean, maybe somebody want to go where you going. Where you going?
They say tell them where you going. Earth just for the experience and the emotions and just all of the good things that come with it. Knowing that when we leave, we don't experience that. And then it's just like, if you've done everything that you were supposed to do and you've been here 1,000 times over, just why not be with Source, the most beautiful creation that just even made? Why not just
But
go back to the?
you all are currently or have been in relationships, right? So y'all want to get that shit up? You can give it a. I mean, just
When it's
look in
my
that
time.
camera and tell whoever you with that forget this shit. If I can leave tomorrow, I'm gone to another whatever.
When I get done with my mission here
look,
on
when I
Earth,
get done. Boy,
I'm gone.
that's a presidential statement, y'all. Y'all know that.
I co-sign that.
you go post. Okay, we gonna
That is
co-sign
a
that. Yeah.
presidential statement. Like it's like it ain't no when I get through, whatever. I'll spend the rest of my time with you, baby. But when I get through, we still can do what we gonna do on Earth. I don't want to really be here no more, but you here with me now. Let's just make some time with that shit. I get it.
Better keep up.
I'm with it. Someone said,
Nice response.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Somebody said they said agree with TK. Let's see what they said. She said, when you see where you come from and know where you're going next, Source is beautiful. I was shown that I agree with TK. Earth is beautiful, but they out of here too. All right. All right. So who else in the audience don't want to be here no more? Just kind of let me know who you are that you don't want to be here. Because I got something for you or a suggestion for you. If you don't want to be here anymore, please just put it in the thing. And just let me know, please. It'll be so nice to let me know. If you don't want to be here no more. To be here, you cannot just have love because you agree to be here. Why not? This is my last time here. All of y'all, like, okay, that's cool. I was told that too, so I'm not. But I'm saying, if you don't want to be here right now, you don't want to be here. Let me know who you are. Yeah, last life for me too. All right. So, I mean, is this like our choice? Some of y'all choices that this is your last time, or are you going to go walk back into the light, or are you going to walk? That's the question for tonight. When you gone, are you going to walk into the light, or are you going to walk into the dark? Somebody says, I wouldn't mind living in Arkansas. I don't want to come back. However, I'm glad to be here now. Shout out to my reptilian bretons. All right. So don't want to be here anymore. It's a slave ship. All right. Damn.
There's some decent responses though.
I know, but it's shocking. I'm gonna tell you why in just a few minutes. So keep going. If you don't want to be here, please let me know. Just tell me right now. I may got something for y'all. How do you all know how many lifetimes you live? Well, they're smart people. They know. You can choose to be here. It didn't just happen. Oh, you chose to be here. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then somebody said me. Victoria said me. They don't want to be here anymore. All right. Who else? I chose to be here for the end, but I'm just hoping I'm not contracted to be here any longer in this life. I want to just finish my growth. Look at this. Then I'll go and given an option for the last winter or go and stay. I was told that my kids are too young for me to leave. Ooh, damn. Deep. See, that's where I'm and where I'm saying for this is there are a lot of people I know have family, supposedly love people, be like, I'm fucking out of here. All right. So I want to experience other realities. You can just get high for that one. You know what I'm saying? That's
disclaimer.
Oh, y'all, they co-signed it. Y'all co-signed it? You co-signed it? Right? No.
There are some ancient medicines and herbs that you can take.
Bullshit. That is
responsibly.
Responsibly, please.
Oh my God.
And thank you.
All right. Somebody said I'm not done with the creator. All right. So here's the deal. I'm only saying this because we hear this a lot. That a lot of people, and on one side, just close out your bank accounts and send me the money. That's first, because that's the quickest way to get your ass out of here. Just go broke. Period. You will go. In fact, you might aid it, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way. But the other part of this, that was a joke. All right. But the other part of this is, what is it in our lives and the experience that we are having with this experience that have gotten us to a point to where we don't want to, we just done. I mean, now, have we lived the life? Well, let's just say some of us were, if money was more money meant something else, like you stayed in the Bahamas or you stayed somewhere else, would you then say, let me stay here longer? I mean, would a billionaire be like, get me the fuck out of here? Or multimillionaire? Or now I know it ain't all about money. Okay, we can, y'all can slap me around with that. You know, money ain't everything. I do know that. However, I do rate it up right up there with oxygen, though. So,
Is that right?
yeah, that motherfucker's real high on the list. So, you ready to go? I mean, like, away from the planet?
So I think if you have had experiences with the other side, then it's hard to want to be here because it's such a stark contrast. So
The other side, like, there's a lot of other sides. What side are you talking about? Because you was blue,
Back
right? You were
home.
blue early. You were
I was
rainbow
just
too.
going to say that heartwarming feeling that you get that's being comforted, like a remembrance of, you know, that there's something else. There's another place that's called home or feels like home for those that are able to just really tap in and they know. And it's just like when you come back here, it's just like, ooh, I miss my people. I miss the essence of where we originated from. That's what it kind of feels like because you're getting bits and fragments of it. And then while you're down here, excuse me, you just got to remember.
You know, I'm concerned about that. I'm really concerned. I mean, I really am, because look, everybody like, yes, they agree. I mean, is it why y'all even come back anyway? I mean, if you know, who okey doke y'all to come back now?
What you source? When our mothers had her contractions, that was the agreement that we had with Source to come back down through here.
No, construction. No, she went some before who then dropped some stuff off. There wasn't no Stark. There wasn't no Stark either.
You got to have contractions to have birth. So we signed that contraction.
Oh,
You see
that's
what
too
I'm
deep.
saying?
Y'all so deep.
Don't let me go too deep and lose you. That's why I had to look at you that way.
My ass is lost.
I
'cause
need everybody that's with me to, yeah, you have to look. Come on now.
she's talking about soul contracts, probably, right? Okay,
You asked the question.
I did.
That's how we got here.
I know. Oh, listen,
And sometimes they can be
talking about
written.
contracts. Okay, y'all there. All right, listen, I'm just, you know, doing what I do. You know, my job is to do what I'm doing. You know, even though I've been told this is my last time here by these people, different people. However, you know, if I figure it out on some other stuff that I want to figure out and I come back and play different, you know, I'm coming back. Because I owe some folks. I owe some folks some shit. I'm telling you, I will come back.
Rewrite that contract if that's
I'm
what
telling
you
you, I owe some folks. I'm telling you. I mean, I will be a bad boss, bad cousin, maybe. No, I love y'all. Let me stop that shit. I'm just bullshit. Then she'll be talking about trauma. Then they'll be talking about trauma release and shit. He got trauma. He shadow work and all that kind of shit. it just go deep. All right. You can tell that this isn't home after you experience what TK and I are talking about. So, now, all right. So TK got to wait. TK, can you talk about soul contracts? Let's go.
Okay, I can do that. So soul contracts. So in the beginning, when we decide to come here, the thing is that we actually name ourselves through a frequency for our mothers and fathers to catch. Sometimes they catch it correctly. Sometimes they catch it not correctly. So whenever we agree to have that contract with Source and we whisper our names, we come through. So we have that, 9 months in the womb. So in those 9 months in the room, we can either be male, female, just based off of the thought that the mother has, if we want to just really go deep. So after that time, 9 months, the contractions is what your mother has before you can come into the world. So that's that agreement, that second form of the agreement through Source that you made to come through. And that contract is everything that you're going to be doing here while you're here on earth. And your spiritual alarm clock is also set in that contract. You can either wake up and become aware, or you can either stay asleep, knowing that you're going to come back and start the cycle again. That's the soul contract that I'm aware of.
You want to chime in on it?
So I look at it as a blueprint for your life. You kind of pick and choose your struggles based on what you're what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to overcome. If you're gonna go through something difficult, so you can help others through that. So that's how I kind of look at the soul contract, and we have certain things that is going to happen regardless of where we splinter off or maybe make certain decisions, but there's certain things that we're going to come to regardless, whether it's meeting certain people, dealing with some karma or whatever, however you want to look at it. So I think we have like we structure with our team or whoever on the other side, we structure our life and we decide what we want to accomplish, what lessons we want to learn, how do we want to evolve our soul, and we come and experience Earth and the struggles of forgetting who we are and all of that to then hopefully graduate and go back home.
Rack says, I can see other contracts, also rewrite some of them. Love what TK is saying, actually what both of y'all are saying. All right, so do we agree that this is a prison planet?
I don't.
You know.
I can't agree to that simply because of thanks and gratitude each and every day, regardless of what goes on.
TK for president.
I'm just saying, y'all.
You will
I'm
be
just saying,
metaphysical president of the fucking year. No? You say you don't.
So although it's difficult, I know that I chose to come here. I know that I would probably choose it again, even though I say so strongly I don't want to come back. So I don't think it's a prison. I think that we can give it that label through the struggles and through all the things that we have to go through and overcome. Like I said, forgetting, and that makes it really difficult of why we're here and what we're trying to do. I don't think it's a prison planet unless we believe it's a prison planet and we create that.
All about the mindset.
So I think it's a prison planet. So you're saying that y'all are innocent and the rest of us, or me, or criminals, and y'all didn't do shit before in your other past life? Like didn't steal a banana, or back in ancient Egypt, you didn't steal a fucking chickpea?
Most definitely would not say that.
You steal a chickpea, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Did this not happen where these two innocent souls sitting here didn't do nothing? Like Jesus said, he who has not done something, throw the rock. I don't know.
So let's just say that this is a prison planet, right?
Right.
We're going to say that. By this time, with everybody watching your show, you have given enough knowledge to know that even if we're in a prison planet, you have been giving us knowledge to know what we need to look for, identify for.
True that.
What we need to protect ourselves is coming.
Yes.
You give us signs and sigils. So if we are staying in a high vibration and we're keeping the knowledge and the knowing, so that we prison planet for me, baby. That's thanks and gratitude.
Or you know what?
that's keep feeding me the knowledge.
I'm gonna walk into that shit.
I'm just saying.
With honor. All right. So basically, that was just like back in my face, like, okay. And nowhere to really go with that, right? And say that you're not, your truth on that, right? The whole 9 yards. One of the things that the soul net and the soul trap and our souls, not because we are here at some point, there's a reason. Now, the prison planet, what I mean is, in theory, is not that you have done something, is that whoever trapped us here, it's like we're in a prison for them, right? We're their property, or whatever they are, because it's our souls. They don't want our souls out of here. Now, I'm going to do a question in a minute to the audience, not these two smart people that's here with me today, but somebody said we are prisoners with this body. Okay, cool. Someone says, remember. Someone says, I think it became a prison planet because we are being formed supposed to it, and eventually it's a school to learn, but you're supposed to graduate, and many have forgotten that. All right. So, so it's all about remembering. And I think that's the transition of where we are, you all, is, and I've said it before, that at one point in time, I would say we were truth seekers. And then for a short span of a few months, I said, now it's truth speakers. I now could say, yeah, we have to remember. We need to, that's our whole thing. We got to remember not only just who you are, but that the fact that whatever those past lives, whatever those things that you have accumulated this knowledge, that obviously when you get to the pearly gates, if there's any, or whatever that, or, at the scales and whatever the other story is, before you go into hell and burn or whatever it is, there's a choice that needs to be made. And I think that choice is, in most cases, are you walking into the light or are you walking into the dark? So that's going to be my question for you all right now in the audience. And then I'll ask these two here. So if you were faced with now, and knowing the stories that you heard, are you going to walk into the light or are you going to walk into the dark? Now, I've seen poltergeists. I don't know how old y'all are. And Carol Ann was like, walk into the light. And then finally they said, don't walk into the light. Mom got pissed off. Like, hey, you said, yeah, don't. And she said, Mama, are you in the light? No, don't go into the light. Walk into the light. It was like really confusing as a kid. And I was still probably a teenager, whenever young adult. But anyway, so the question for you all right now, are you going to walk into the darkness or walk into the light? So let's put it in the chat, and then we'll just kind of go what's best there. Not the first light. Okay, so we been Pacific, the second light. What if you've been 20,000 times here? So how do you know first light, second light? Or I get what you're saying, though, because I really do. I really do. And someone said become the light within yourself. All right. Okay. I just thinking about the movie the other day. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. Probably the darkness, and ask source to guide me where I need to go. Okay. Keep it coming. All right. That's a great question. Keep it coming. Would you right now walk into the dark or the light, or stay in the dark or walk into the light? Yeah. Because you're going to be in the dark. Or are you going to stay in the dark or then walk into the light? And we can talk about that in pretty much. But in the meantime, let's ask the alien here, and the rainbow alien. So that's colorful. She's not going to walk into the light or the dark. She's going to walk into the red, the blue, the green, the yellow, the rainbow. And what if it ain't no rainbow? So
I would walk into the dark, because
the dark. Okay.
yeah, and if you're going biblical, there was let there be light. So before light, there was darkness. So I'm going back
Into the dark.
into the dark.
But you're going to be already in the dark. So because it ain't going to be
I am
one or
the
the
light.
other. Huh?
But I am the light. I'm going into the darkness.
Sometimes, all right, TK, what about you?
That's a great question. As I sit here and I'm just really thinking about it, it reminds me of a time that I also had a near-death experience, to where I had was in a car wreck and I got knocked out. So to be knocked out, that's me already in the darkness. So, and I also think about this during a meditation. It's like you're in the darkness, you're in the stillness. And then both times for me, not knowing, I got snatched up into the light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody else has had that experience, but I had peace and solemn knowing that I was okay just being out. Like, again, the feeling of just being comforted. And then just as I'm getting ready to relax and just let it go, I get snatched by light. I don't know if, again, it's weird. I don't know if you've had that experience. It's almost like you going through
So
the
when you got
Kundalini
snatched
for the first time.
and when you got snatched by the light, we're here talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Snatched by the light, and I'm
You back.
back.
Yeah,
Right.
you back. All right. So is that the dark, or should have been the light? Because you didn't want to be here. You back.
I'm just telling you the feeling of, if it felt like lightning, it felt like light burst,
All right.
and I'm up.
She says she came back from the dark. Rack says, I came back from death and it was completely dark. Then the light took me back here, screaming back to life. And I feel you, TK.
Yeah, that The darkness.
I feel like that's, I apologize. I feel like that's how you also know that your mission is not complete, is when you get that comfortable and you just get snatched. And it's like a spark. I apologize.
I feel like the darkness is being in the womb, and then you go down the birth canal and you're out in the light, and it's so traumatizing to the babies they're born, and then the bright lights of the hospital, and it's all symbolic.
See, this is where that man thing come in. Why we spend so much time going back through there. They'll get that tomorrow when they're on planes and all that kind of shit. But anyway, they'll get that tomorrow. The other part of this I'm saying is, I think that there's been many stories of saying the darkness and then it becomes light, the choice or however. And and it's one of those things that how people actually came back to tell us, right? You know, when people are reincarnated, because even when you start hearing the stories of reincarnation from some of these kids, they're just remembering their past lives or past life regressions, that's out there. But no one is having a past life of getting out, coming back, past life story, right? It's like they are having, and so when you start thinking about this holographic mind or holographic world or, all of the stories of what it is, what do we know? And that's another thing that takes me on a journey, because there's probably 1 million influencers out here, 10 million. Everybody has a story of how you're going to ascend. What is the truth in your case?
I think the truth is whatever is your truth. So, and you shouldn't let anyone else influence what your truth is.
All right. I mean, okay, we're gonna go with that on a technicality. I mean, in other words, there's 1 million ways to skin a cat, right? That's a cliche story. But the whole point I'm saying is, shouldn't there be just one storyline that everybody's saying the same damn thing, and then we all just follow suit to get there? And it's like we in high school right now, all of us right here, and this is our first day, right? We're in high school, us three, or wherever. And then lunch bell ring. None of us know where the cafeteria is until we start seeing everybody walking. Then we just gonna go follow. Or you just gonna starve. See, that's the rebellion shit.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's the rebellion. No, I wouldn't follow. But I don't know. Just answering the question though, it would in the dark is where I would stay.
So
if I had, I would stay in the dark. If my mission was complete, is how I'm feeling. If my mission was complete, I would stay.
What would you think
I wouldn't
would be
get
a
that jolt.
mission?
I wouldn't get that spark because I don't see the light as if I'm transitioning to the light. It's like a jolt of energy.
All right. So you're in mission now. So what do you feel that your mission is right now?
I feel like my mission now is to work holistic practice that I'm working on in the back end with my pocket carry. I'm also working with my business doing digital art, just waking people up in the remembrance of just the artwork itself without having to speak too much. So that's most definitely one of my missions, and I wouldn't mind teaching. I teach already, but again, just want to teach spirituality.
Same. I specialize in helping people remember who they are, heal, come back to self, because we have all been through a lot. And I think that's a lot of what's clouding our memory and our judgment is all the pain and trauma that we've been through.
All right. So the ultimate question too, we got about 30 minutes left. All right. So let's get into, hang on. Did somebody give me like a, oh no. Okay. All right. So here's the question and this is for everybody. And I need a spirit of honesty since y'all all these spirits, okay? Not the human side. A spirit of fucking honesty, okay? Let's just go with that. And all right. So I'm gonna call y'all out. So who's gonna give me a spirit of honesty? Just say in the chat, put a 1. So if you don't, then I'm gonna call you out, okay? Because I'm doing it, right? If you are positive to you that you're gonna do this, And I'm not asking for an agreement, so don't say what am I agreeing to or whatever, because I'm not doing that. I'm just going to bring something up, okay? I just want to know, would you be open to a thought? Okay, thank you. We got our first one. All right, give me a couple more, and then I'm going to ask a question. And it's a why question, so that means it'll go wherever y'all want it to go. Is it, oh my G's? Okay, whatever that means, one. A 9, see, it always somebody, you know what I'm saying? And it's somebody that just throw the whole thing off, right? Just don't play fair. They just rebellion is everywhere. All right, so here's the question. And they can start with the answers on their own perspective. So we all, I have too. We all been in relationships, okay, where we've dated, married. I've been married a few times, got the t-shirt and done it. So the whole point is, why is there this separation? Some people will share where bodies are buried and all this stuff. And what is the deal? And then we are having these experiences. So I'm just tying all this into this big ass bowl. And then we grow spiritually, and then we go whatever. And supposedly, when we grow spiritually, we're supposed to be able to deal with things in a more unsophisticated way. I mean, we're unjudgmental anymore, or whatever. We're loving, right? So and for those of you out there that did the one, are you in relationships or been in relationships that this spirituality shit just don't work? You get what I'm saying? Even if because I'm gonna use myself for example. I was married before, got the t-shirt and done that, and I do remember there was a time I couldn't even talk about UFO stuff, right? And it was like taboo. I don't know if that was the beginning of the demise of the relationship, but now I look back, it has led me to a different knowledge and perspective. Which now that person who I was married to, if I met them today, it wouldn't even come close to a relationship. Not even close. And probably wouldn't even, the man thing of just saying, do that. And y'all make sure whatever, the kids are not on here. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, I'm disciplined, You hear what I'm saying? I'm just not, making kings everywhere no more. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff, but I make pretty babies though. I really do. If y'all go look at my kids, you can check the box. I'm a good breeder. I make pretty good babies. But the whole point I'm saying is, what y'all don't? You said you had ugly kids. What about you? Oh, you did. Okay, you said no. You don't have no kids. Okay.
I don't have kids.
All right. All right. We got a $5 thing. So thank you. But I'm still coming back to the question. Somebody said they missed the question. So my question is, have you experienced the fact that you began to grow spiritually, which supposedly give you a better intellect on life and how to handle and love better, but it didn't work? So what's the journey all about? Not yet. I can just see on your face, like I'm biting at that one. So y'all put it in the thing. And so that's the original question. The question is, it's kind of accumulation of things. And that's what I said, because a lot of times we're not going to accept responsibility or anything in particular. But all right, so here's one right here. Oh, 2. Oh, I must have hit a good one now. So here we go. All right, so she's saying, I believe that we have twin flames and soulmates, and we connect with both in life. Lessons are, what if you meet both of them at the same time? You met him on Friday and the other one on Thursday. Do you choose? All right. And so someone says, I am a pastor's kid. All right, let me get this off of here. Oh, they coming in. Oh, I must have said something. All right, so great. Somebody said we don't always agree. Opinions are but holes everywhere, and has one. Sometimes they stink. Just let people be on their own level and hope to grow. All right, hope. Right, just block me, and when I go around them until this day, I feel drained. All right, so you single, you got to be, or maybe not. Correct me, Victorious. My female counterpart parts how that this will be something. Okay, We have many soulmates. Doesn't they all? Okay, wait a minute. We have many soulmates. Doesn't mean that they all are for life. All right. So you see now. Okay, here's where I'm getting ready to get a little technical with y'all, because now we're open to multiple people and all these things in our world, right? It's not like this thing. Energy is everywhere. See, I did something. Okay, we have many. Let me go back. I missed somebody. We don't always we didn't see eye to eye. No spiritual connection. The relationship was all about likes and comments, no substance. So I learned the journey is personal. That's what I was talking about. Because a lot of times we get into this phase of this awakeness and everything else, and all of a sudden we get to a level that the certain things that we know that they do is division begins to set in, that we're now independent of self, and almost though that the creator never meant for love, but yet we reproduce. So now I'll hand it off to one of y'all.
So I will say we came in alone. It's a solo mission. We're supposed to
It is
be,
one to a box, and when we die,
we're supposed to be evolving our soul. And people come along, like in your example, you wouldn't be who you are today unless you went through the relationships that you went through and learned the lessons that you learned. And maybe what I think a lot of people miss is maybe they were part of your contract and they played the opposition for your growth. And we hold on to anger and resentment and all these things, but what if that was just part of the plan? They played the villain so that you can evolve and accomplish your mission.
Someone else saying bad relationships are there to teach you what you don't want. It's all a part of awakening. Someone else says you've been around people's inner. Okay, I got that one exactly. Lessons to be learned. Someone else said you attract what you are and who are you're not at the time. When you grow and evolve, some people fall away. That's why I'm mostly solo and gotta be a special kind of person to be with me for sure. All right, so y'all get where I'm going without even me saying it. And don't get me wrong, we all on the same journey when it comes to that. And either the world gets smaller or it gets more intentional or not. But I do think that even in this community that we're in, that there is a lot of separations now when the awakening, whatever this thing is, whatever this particular reptilian lady figure out and this ant guy, whatever, or vice versa, something is just not matching anymore. And is that what it was intended? So where do love come in at this point? And my questions too, because I'm exploring these thoughts and stuff. So I'm just not throwing it out there at y'all. But at the end of the day, that is one of the things that I've seen, especially in this community, that it's probably one of the most racist communities. I'm not talking as in white, black, or whatever. Just it's a separation. I'm woke now and you not. Or I know this world and knowledge and you don't. And now I'm not just better than you. I don't even belong with you.
I mean, you can accomplish the mission that you set out with the person and move on. I think it's basically the stories that we've been told, these fairy tales that you're supposed to be with one person, live happily ever after, and forbid you have multiple relationships, or like if you came to experience something with that person and mission accomplished, then you can grow apart, you can move on. It doesn't, everything isn't forever. This isn't forever. So why would anything else be? We all are going to graduate, transition, however you want to look at it. And it's different on the other side.
So imagine sitting at the altar and you're about to marry your boo. And you got traditional fucking whatever they call them, vows. And then somebody slip in and say, and by the way, not only when I'm done with learning from your ass, I'm out of here. And by the way, it's like, where did that come into play for better, worse, sickness, and health until a point where they talking about, however, once I'd learned this lesson from you. Now, don't get me wrong. I was married to a Tyrannosaurus, young whippersnapper, sex drive was off the chart. And I'm telling you, I learned a lesson. That was a lesson, right? And that was not to tell nobody. Don't talk about it at the barbershop, none of that shit, because you just don't. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else complaining like, oh man, I don't get none for my wife. You're like, no, me too, man. I don't know what you talking about. Just like he said shit. That was a lesson. Not to tell nobody your shit, right? But also, though, I wouldn't do it again.
Do what?
I wouldn't get back in that situation with her. How about that? That individual. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now that could be another situation of Velociraptor or something, just a little more ferocious. Maybe the lion or the bear of the alien DNA steps in, like the movie Species, whatever. But I'm just saying that if those are lessons that we need to be learned, some of them, the people keeping them lessons, like they'll be like, shit, I ain't giving that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck,
Oh, I mean, if you can continue on your mission and
supplement. Now, you said that supplement. Yeah, I got you.
And remain married, I don't know, maybe everybody's situation is different. So maybe marriage in the traditional sense that we all believe in is a trap.
All right, well, TK for to get married. So give her some advice. Give her some advice from the aliens. And y'all aliens talk to each other about that shit. We talking spirituality and light being, married to light beings and in the lights and all of that shit. I mean, because yeah.
So I think love is beautiful, love is necessary, but we're not supposed to be like, this is mine. We're supposed to practice some kind of non-attachment, which is hard for some people to wrap their head around, but we're not supposed to be possessive, and love is supposed to be unconditional. It's not supposed to be like, I'll love you if you do this, this, and this. Love is supposed to, I love you, and we'll work through this, we'll figure it out, we'll keep going. You stay on your mission. I'm not, all that stuff. So it gets hard for humans to
I'm gonna read this in there. Y'all keep going.
Differentiate between love and possession, or love and.
All right, Judy, but go ahead. Judy says, I'm a sex goddess, and my husband said it's the sex slave that he loves and been married 50 years.
Congratulations.
That's beautiful.
All right.
All right, then. And okay, well, we gonna go with that one. That's for sure. I mean, all right. So, lesson learned or not, right? Someone says maybe business relationships. You're supposed to find the right energy. Well, okay, let's go with that too. And we talk about alien DNA and all this to y'all. So you meet somebody in your 20, your energy is at, I'm gonna do a scale 1 to 10, is at a 2. And then you meet someone at 30, your energy is at 5. Then you meet someone at 40, your energy is at 7. And then at 50, some of y'all getting older. Then you meet the energy 10 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Is that like different? Don't go there. Don't y'all go there.
Isn't it? It's ideal to grow with your partner,
right?
Spiritually, in every aspect. But if that's not the case, then how do you continue to evolve when this is a solo mission.
Yeah, but then you got to blame the ancestor stuff because somebody came into the dream, right? Not the succubus thing, that thing. Because I know a lot of y'all have sleep paralysis and y'all feel the whatever, something's doing it. And you ain't gonna admit that, you know. Y'all want to admit that? No, you
It's
ain't
not
never-
happening over here. No.
That's
not happening over
bullshit.
here.
I guarantee. Look, here's the line. You know, I don't remember.
Maybe 14,
See,
15,
okay.
when you start tapping into that adolescence because it brings upon maybe some energy for that to happen.
Right.
But yeah, no, not now. Not these days. Yeah, no.
This-
Stay covered and protected.
But all right, but it's still the aliens had to come in your dream to tell you, snatch you, take you to another planet, come back, and then you realize you done changed. It's like they didn't take both of you. They didn't say, "Hey, we're going to put you out of the bed in your mate, and we're both going on this journey together." Because higher intelligence said we need to be growing together, so we don't leave them behind. Or unless they say we ain't taking that person because they're not this race. This one is, you know, my DNA. I'm palladium, well, rainbow, and then blue. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
is it a blue thing, rainbow thing? Someone said perfect answer on relationships are too possessive and overrated when you're here on a mission, and some people may not be for one person. Oh, roof. So, see, I didn't mean to get y'all in trouble. Y'all better hope y'all mates ain't watching this shit.
Not in that way made for one person. Not what you're thinking.
You're gonna be a galactic, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Be like, all right. So it was a lesson that had to be learned, something that you had to go through in order to be where you are today. Okay, we can go with that one. Yes, I agree. I look younger than I am, but facts are facts. All right. So exactly. Remember that religion, no matter which one it was, most of us was taught from infancy that we are based our life experiences on that. And that's what Tundra learning is all about. Is that, so it'll be Tantra?
Tantra?
You know about that?
No, I was trying to see, is that what they were saying?
Yeah. Are you saying Tantra? Is it victorious?
Mm.
Yeah. Or so, are you talking about Tantra or not? Both people are supposed to learn and grow, but that is not always the case. Okay, I'm gonna go with that answer. Okay, that maybe that was supposed to happen at that point, but it just doesn't. Now I'm gonna give y'all a couple of more alien races too. Well, I'm gonna skip through because I don't want to be spelling this. Damn, it's some ugly alien. All right. I'm gonna skip some of it. One of them look like a roach, though. Look at that. Oh, really? You got jokes. All right. What are they looking like?
Roach.
They can't. They,
Very much.
all right. So
Yeah.
you don't think it looks like a roach?
Yeah.
What if that's your alien DNA? Roach.
I would have to accept that.
You would.
I would
And then
have to.
you-
if it's
and then
my
you're gonna go
DNA.
back and get with one of them?
Why do I have to get with anyone? Why?
Well,
on
I'm
a
just-
solo mission. Why I gotta get with the roach?
Well, I'm just.
She has been saying she is on this mission solo.
All right. I'll leave it at that though. Solo missions. Y'all, you know what? What is this? To beginning one, okay. Tantra, you should tell me what that means. All right. So to becoming one, Tantra doesn't mean everyone can do it. Some people can't. Were you about to say what it was, TK Danner?
Mm-mm. I believe she hit it right on the nail.
That is not it. Because if I was trying, and I don't know much about it, but I ain't falling for that. There's got to be a little more detail, right? No?
I get it. I felt the energy.
Why?
Two beings is one is tantric. Doesn't, yeah, it's like not everybody gonna be on the same frequency.
What is
Period.
Tantra
Like-
for those of us ignorant
Those
folks?
that
No, not ignorant, but just less. Roaches are resilient. Oh, y'all love roaches. Go ahead.
I feel like it's just the energy that you pull or you feed from that person being tantric. It's like a communication that can be felt between two people versus you and your best friend could have like this tantric energy, but when you get to your spouse, it's not that same energy, but you both know what the mission is that you guys have come to do. So even if you're on this solo mission and you're still a couple, as long as you guys are still floating on the same energy and you're resonating with the relationship and it's an agreement, it's cool. But clinginess? No. Because how you gonna continue the mission if it's always like this? Unless you guys are business
See, the
partners.
word mission has got really
Unless.
taken out of context tonight.
Has it?
I think it has. Yeah. Because used to we call purpose, now it's a mission. Everybody was like, your purpose and what you're here for. Now it's like a fucking mission. Mission,
I'm looking at it as
mission
the same thing.
is
Right.
so, I'll leave your ass in a minute for my mission, but not the purpose. The purpose says that you can be with somebody and get your purpose done, y'all. But the mission, if the mission says that you wake up in the morning, you out. Your ass is out. It's the mission. You read the mission papers or somebody come in a dream tonight and be like, hey, your mission said, go slit Roderick's throat.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Then you walk in here telling me it's the mission. Roderick, I love you, but it's the mission. And the mission said we need to, take you out.
I think your purpose, as long as your partner,
Somebody said it's serious. Yeah.
as long as your partner is not interfering with your purpose or your mission, then it's okay. You can be in union with someone and even have a joint purpose, and partnership could be your purpose. So it all depends. That's why everyone's truth is it's individual, because everybody's on a different mission. Everyone's on
Somebody said how she said it. All right. So someone says, I'm on a mission this life, just need to know exactly what that is. It used to be purpose, right? People used to be looking for their purposes.
I think it's interchangeable.
And someone says, I'm the light. Okay, that's cool. Think that that's for gaining things powerfully or transmission. My tantra, okay? Not a soul mission. Purpose, lesson, and mission, the journey, it feels like it to me is the same, I would assume. And how she said it, I guess whoever you're talking about, you can come back and say that. Anything else? All right, so here's the deal. I'm gonna get off of that because that's not my wheelhouse. I think I tried those missions, if y'all want to call them that. Reptilians, I'm gonna end with a conversation of reptilians because that's just what I like talking about. Before we get out of here, we have gone over just a little bit, but since a lot of y'all got things to go, and I don't want some of y'all watching fall asleep while doing, because it could happen live, like right here. Shit, leave that. And not that the team does it, but they will say they meditating with their eyes closed. You sit here like I'm on. Oh, I'm just meditating. Like, oh, what? Mission? Yeah, it's mission and shit. Yeah, my mission is to meditate, sleep, or whatever. Just whatever we can use. I would say mission of for higher beings. Truth is not truth until you say that it is. Deborah Blair, individually within collective. Okay. I can give a little bit with that. All right. So let's talk about a few things real quick while we're here. If you have not had an opportunity, I want you to take a look at the Awakening app. Okay. This is a real good situation for you. Look, I'm going to play a commercial for it in real quick. And I could butcher this thing, but the commercial will tell you a little bit about it, and then you can kind of go there a little bit. So let me play the commercial called Truth. I want you guys to use it. Try it for 30 days, and whatever you get from it. And I think after that, I have it on my phone. You definitely want to try it. There are some attributes to it. So I'm going to play this real quickly for you, And then we're going to get into some reptilian talk, okay, before we get out of here, because I can't leave y'all without talking about these pesky reptilians.
Awakening app is where intentional AI meets a deeply human, heart-centered coaching experience. Your journey begins with intentional AI onboarding, where a gentle series of questions maps your emotional, social, spiritual, and cultural intelligence. The voice journaling module is a warm, private space to process your coaching sessions, speak your truth out loud, capture your epiphanies, and invite somatic release, so your body, mind, and spirit can exhale together. And there is one more tender layer: voice cloning. A dedicated module allows the AI to speak to you in your own voice. Neuroscience suggests that hearing empathy, kindness, validation, warmth, and affirmation in your own voice may stimulate the bonding centers of your brain, inviting you to literally bond with yourself in a new, healing way. Awakening app is more than coaching. It is warm, intentional, AI-supported learning and unlearning. A loving companion as you remember, reclaim, and become the fullest expression of who you are.
Okay, make sure you try it out. I have it on my phone. One of the things I like is listening to my own voice. I think, when you hearing things from yourself, you into sometimes we believe here to do that. When you get this app, try it, and then try and really kind of journal. I think you can journal in it as well, but journal your mindset when you start day 15 a little bit or along the way as you using this thing. She says she loved the sound of it. Make sure you put the word truth in there so that they know it's coming from our community, that we're doing this because we're a partner and just want to make sure that, and they're giving us this 30-day trial. So I want you guys to try it. And then just put truth in it when you try it. And then in a couple of weeks, if you've been using it, then I want you to give a testimonial for it and all that good stuff. And then allow us to use that because it's coming from our community as well. Okay. And those of you use it and you give a video testimony, I'm gonna send you a t-shirt. Okay. In that way, but we want a video testimony of truth. Okay. Don't be just saying you use the app and then still thinking like you did 2 months ago, because this is awakening. This is what it's all about. So I want you guys to, but we need about 10 video testimonials. Okay. So, it's going to be worth it for you. So, and let me know on that. Does anyone have more reptilian movie titles? You know what? I'm going to show a bunch of them, not now, but in the future. I do plan on showing a lot of reptilian. There's some stuff out there, clips that you all should know that if you slow it down a little bit, you can actually see their reptilian hands. So this is not CGI. This is because of the vibration of the film and you missing things so fast. There's a few clips. I rarely show those because, for a reason, but I think now I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's my mission as of now. Was a purpose, but it's a mission now. So fuck the reptilians, right? No, if you are reptilian, a good one, by the way, then I want to meet you but you have to prove it. Don't be emailing me talking I'm a reptilian and just because you had a dream. I mean, shift the eyes or something, peel back some layers and you know what I'm saying? I don't know about the other stuff, but just, whatever. But I do believe there's some good reptilians out there and we want to do it. And the reason why I focus on them because they have violated the Earth policies that this is a non-interference place. And a lot of them know that the reptilians have done this. Now, the reason they've done this because they're feeding off our energy, what we call loosh and all these things. And when you think about society from social media or our daily stuff that we're going through, it seems to be all designed to keep this imbalancement of energetic stuff, right? It's like they're just making it all distort. And then you think about it, and then of course sometimes we blame it within our personal life, that if we just can't get this vibration what it is, but then there's this whole thing that they're doing. Then they talking about food, or all of this keeping for some reason from us reconnecting to this DNA source that they put in us, by the way, to get us to do what they want to do, but also forgot that they couldn't take out some of these things. So they was like, let's just block it. Let's keep these people from remembering. Let's keep them from accessing this power. If it is power, or is it wisdom, or is it more light, whatever we want to call it. So I think ultimately it's a quest that we can use the word mission, since we're going to use that tonight. But I think at the end of the day, that there is a higher force at work, or a global force that they live beneath us. In some cases, the ones that are pure, and then they found a way to get into this side of the fence, this 3D side that we're in. And then they created these hybrids because they needed those beings to look like us to rule us. So it was just like a big old plan. And then, of course, the story went on. And then we got shape-shifting. But Hollywood, number one, is going to be the place of control. Now we're talking about satanic stuff. We're talking about demonic stuff. We're talking about, if there is, if it all is the same. And then you got parasites, parasitic entities. Then you got deities. Then you got spirits. Then you have your team, my team, because some people got teams of people in their heads, and then you have it's in the mind. All of this is in the mind. We're going to all agree there that the mind is where it's all played at, right? Because you don't hear, other people's entity. Well, you can. That shit will come out in conversation. Let me stop that shit. Oh, y'all act like y'all know about that.
I'm just saying this. Be transparent.
Oh, well, shit. Let's get my investigation hat on. Where you hear some shit like that at? Oh, no, don't even. No, hell no. All right, so listen. This small world. Okay, so you too?
I'm just saying, you can hear a bunch of things in the middle of the night after 2 and 3 when you were not in the right places. So, or let's just say in the middle of the morning.
Why is that?
The veil is thin during that time, as they say. That's the witching hour, and like, if you're not where you're supposed to be, and people aren't on the right levels in which they need to be, you're gonna hear and you're gonna start seeing and you're gonna start feeling some things. And I know everybody in the audience know what I'm talking about. So,
please, if y'all know what TK is talking
y'all
about,
know exactly what I'm talking about.
if
Y'all
y'all
with them spooky, scary stories around 2 and 3. We're trying to stay on topic though, but yeah.
No, it is topic that we talk about beings and all this, because
Hearing them entities, seeing them
in human form, like
attachments, like shadow attachments, white clouds.
okay, all right. So here, damn, and y'all all agreeing in here. What goes on there? Now I'm lucky at this point that I'm not experiencing that. Now, maybe if I want to go back and look at some of the relationships I've been in, I can now say, okay, maybe this is some stuff. But at the end of the day, what do you do if it is happening? What would you suggest somebody in here do if they look over and all of a sudden this attachment is talking and it ain't their loved one?
Seek your nearest spiritual team counsel.
Oh, we're not talking. So now this is where the SEX is so good that we will still deal with this shit?
Oh, absolutely not. I will not. Yes, we're fixing the and oreganos, and we're gonna put this in the bathtub, and we're gonna also conjure up some protection, okay? Because there's no need to even be involved in that. Like, attachments are real. soul ties is a thing.
Yeah, but the person that people are in love with don't know, or do they?
That's a good question.
Well,
Yeah.
is something that they're attaching to. So yeah, you can do the protections and find someone help, but you also have to get to what is it attaching to. It's like what about yourself you aren't accepting or you're shameful of. Like there's something
Something that
negative.
you all have agreed to for this negative. You have to be able to know that you agreed to something, some way, somehow. And then after that, taking care of home and releasing it, things that no longer serve you.
Damn, that's like some movie stuff though. That's like I am okay. All right. So someone said, Roderick, get up and meditate at 3 a.m. and set your intentions on. Okay, that's cool. On what? Like for relationship stuff? What are you talking about? Someone said they should know, but your intuition is only as strong as you make it. Someone said one shouldn't be scared, or one should question, who are you, Lord? Okay, so we religion. Okay, that's cool. Come and visit me at night and reveal yourself. Someone says, love her, very thoughtful about your words. Oh, you talking about her? You love what she's saying? You're talking about her, right? I'm sorry. Someone else says, I know exactly what she's talking to. We're talking about TK, and have seen and heard a lot of the witch's hour is true best time to do your spells for protection and to send things back to the others. It doesn't connect to you. Damn. So it's more than alien stuff now. We're just talking about entities, connections, spirit world. We're facing a lot of stuff, is what y'all saying, right?
Yes.
So how do one get these attachments? Do they ask for it? Do they say, hey, come and attach to me, dear spider deity? You know what I'm saying? Or do they, ritual and say, hey, because I've seen the movies, they do the circles and candles and then sex and whatever, and be like, who whatever, and next thing you know, this shit jumps in their ass, and then all of a sudden it's in there.
Yeah, there's multiple ways for it to happen.
All right. See, they ain't talking ass now. You get what I'm saying? But
I don't know how deep you want to go.
That's what I was just thinking. It's like, how deep do we need to go with this?
Go talk. We talking. Listen to these people listening. They're going to do.
Like that just goes back to everything that I just said in the beginning. Like there are going to be those trickster deities, those trickster spirits that if you are not on the right mind, or in the right mindset, and they kind of know, like they can, especially if they can be telepathic and hear your thoughts. Like, come on, let's think about that, And they come to you and they probably looking all nice, attractive, whatever the case, smelling like Bath and Body Works, smelling like the organic earth, just whatever you love, roses, whatever the case may be, right? They coming up to you smelling like musk, everything beautiful and great. They already know how to get you on the scent of things. And then they tapping into your mind and they're like, okay, so I'm already knowing what the weaknesses and the strengths are. So let me try to play on those harp strings, right? Because the heart is also key next to the mind. So all of that is said and done. That's when they try to work into that contract of, hey, I wonder if I can smooth him to agree. All I need is that one agreement. Okay, and it's opening the door like a welcome mat that says welcome on your door.
For those people that's out there, what type of question or agreement would a simple one be that they don't know that could be easily interpreted to this entity that means I'm coming in?
That's a great question. I feel like it just really depends on the trickster spirit. What about you, Leandra?
I think I'm going to go back to wound because that's where I always go. I think if you have a hurt, a trauma, something that happens to you, you need help from something, you might be more willing to accept help from anything and not realize that the thing that you're accepting help from doesn't have your best interest. So when you have a hurt, someone did something to you, and there's different degrees of hurt, you can lean on something to fill that void or to make you not hurt. You can lean into anger because someone hurt you. And though that's how you open the door for something to come in and now feed that anger. And, you can't seem to forgive, you seem to forget, and you're just fueled by this anger. That's probably because it's not you. It's not, it's normal and natural to move on, to feel the anger, but then to move on and realize that everything that's happening to us is happening for our evolution. But when you get stuck in anger, you get stuck in the story of this person did this to me, or I was victimized in this way, then that is a big doorway for having these attachments, in my opinion.
So, could there be a Casanova entity coming in, and now all of a sudden they're have a lover in this spirit world that's in this body? It may not all be bad, but it may be the one talking all the time.
I always look at, a lot of people talk about like narcissists, right? Narcissists, this person's a narcissist. Usually the narcissist is very wounded. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They have some wound, and then there's an entity that attached to them. That's how they can be so manipulative and cunning and get you to agree to things that once you wake up and realize that you're in this relationship, you're kind of like, how did I get here? What happened? Because they know you. That attachment, they know you. Like TK said, they can communicate telepathically. They know all of your hurts, your pains, and they can play on that.
I like to eat. And I like food.
Eat
food. Let me clear that up. Yeah, I like to eat food.
Well, what's wrong with eat?
Let's just say, hold it. Let's say with the agreements in that somebody knows that I like to eat food, right? And they're gonna cook my favorite dish. Let's start there, right? So I agreed to this person to put something into the dish. I've agreed. See what I'm saying? To a dish that somebody may have tampered with and put something in there to persuade my mind off, because I haven't agreed to it in the manner knowing that something is in it, but I've agreed to the food. So when one and two is gathered together at a table and we having food and we having conversation, I've been and agreed to anything. If I'm not watching and being mindful of the food that I'm eating and who's cooking the food. And then not to mention that, some people still like to have spicy time in the bed during the moon timing when you're supposed to be Dermot. I had to take it back country. Dermot and not doing anything during those certain times that they have bonded themselves unhealthily, and they're picking up other deities, spirits, things that may not, especially if you are not just, husband, wife, whatever the case may be, we might be in a trumple or trumple, whatever the case may be, however you want to put the grammar box on it. We got all these people's energies. That's an agreement. You may agree to A and B, but you didn't agree to C, but guess what? Everybody's in the same circle. That's an agreement. That's 3 examples.
So
deities and entities.
So if someone hears voices and you get with them, are you that person? You can answer that one.
Both.
Okay. All right. So I think that's going to be a whole nother show, y'all, because I remember, and maybe it worked. I remember I was married And she told me, she said, I fed you all these cakes and stuff to get you a little bigger so nobody else would want you, right? And I didn't think about it. Maybe that was, but I wasn't in that world then. So,
but I've heard that being said and done before. That's
then I'm carrying trauma. I need to
you
get rid of
could
some.
be.
I'm gonna get rid of some. I've been doing good
You've been
already,
doing
y'all.
good.
Yeah, I've been doing good. So just wait. Y'all wait to see me next year and stuff. Like, I mean, like, damn. Yeah, damn. I'll say that to myself. Damn, boy, you boy. All right, so damn, entities and shit. The finest hour and cook me some food. That's some shit because you can't trust nobody then. I mean, you can't trust nobody. I mean, it's like they come in there and looking all good, smelling good, and then they cook you cookies or, fucking, you know what I'm saying, with special recipes and shit. But you can't.
That was just an
They know,
example.
right?
Yeah,
They know you
they
like
know
food.
what you want and what you need.
All right, so if it's not the spirit, what do they put in it that's on an earthly realm that'll turn you to a spirit that we're eating?
Man, that can be anything of the bodily fluid. How about that?
Oh, hell no.
Anything of the bodily fluid in your food. Just like spicy time, bodily fluid.
So that's the rumor when we were young. Don't eat a woman's spaghetti.
That could be where it come from. But I mean, we in Dallas, so they didn't got way more creative than spaghetti.
Well, you talking like you talking like you sleep like this.
I'm just saying though.
You get a plate, take out to the homeless, taste this first. That motherfucker like it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God.
I'm just saying though. But yeah, pray over your food. Watch who cooks your food.
So have you ever tried that on someone?
Oh no.
Since you know the skill?
No harm, no malice over here. No harm, no malice.
No, definitely not.
Is that like love potion?
I mean, when I cook, I like to cook some love into my potion of food because I need you to feel that I
Okay, so
care
is that
about
the same?
you.
It's just opposite magic. Magic over here, magic
yes,
over
that's
there.
most definitely opposite magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Be careful, y'all. I mean, at this point, don't eat no spaghetti from nobody. Give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Pizza. Well, I guess pizza too. I mean, if shit, everything with red sauce is what you talking about. I mean, for my warning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for you. Okay. Anything
What
that's
about
red, stay out of it.
So you said fluid, like lemonade?
I mean, hey, you seen the color purple? She spitting that tea, didn't she, y'all?
Yeah, but we're talking
Cold tea.
lemonade. So we're damn. All right. So okay, have any of y'all experienced that? Have anybody ate some spaghettis that you then thought was tainted with spirits of the person? You know what I'm saying? Or any of you women have done it. Somebody said an angry person and a happy person can cook with the same recipe, and the happy person food will always better.
Locked it.
Well, ain't nobody cooking the same shit like in the kitchen. Like, hey, what we eat tonight? Pancakes. All right, I'm gonna cook a set.
We get the point.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't happening. That's fucked up. That's the only way I'm gonna lose weight there. Like, I ain't eating nobody shit. Nothing. Fuck it. Just like, don't bring me nothing. You be like, what? No. I mean, it's the best cook that you ever eat. You eat it first, but it's their own stuff, so it ain't gonna nothing.
Right.
So is the entity in that?
I mean, that's that person's intention. That's that person's fluids. It's no telling what they didn't conjured and said as they made it. That's as an example of what she was saying. Versus somebody set they presentate first, probably their presentation of the food, they're just gonna slap it or throw it on your plate any type of way. That's gonna be one thing to notice. And then two, the color of it. Three, the taste.
Color, like what?
Color
like
of the food. Like, some people can put too much water in some, too much seasoning, over season it, and change the color of it. Especially You won't know the difference between a happy plate. Let's take it elementary. You're gonna know the difference between a happy plate and a sad plate. Okay?
Yeah,
A happy plate and a
talk to me
mad
like
plate.
I'm a 4-year-old.
Like it ain't
So
gonna be
I'm
right. It
getting
ain't gonna
some- I'm
taste
getting
right.
some
The
fried
flavor gonna be
chicken.
off.
I'm getting fried chicken. So you telling me there's a happy looking chicken and a badass looking chicken?
Yes.
The one
it
with the
is.
blood still in it, like
Yes.
undercooked, and be like, damn,
Mhm.
really chicken blood.
That's just like saying that you're rolling up to, let's say, Chicken Express, and the employee is having a bad day, right? He's just throwing chicken in your box, throwing your fries. You get your box, you're like, dang, look like somebody just shoveled my food in my box. Would you eat that chicken and that food if he just threw it in that box like that, knowing where we are now?
Like in the box.
Like threw it in the box and nothing neatly placed. Let's just
I mean,
say
the
it was
chicken-
a plate
The chicken
that
didn't
had
fly 'cause it's dead,
containers,
it just fell in the box and it was
holders.
cooked.
Yeah, yeah. And it just was like somebody handed it to you and it wasn't nice and it was just all over the place. Like, like they had to drop it and kick it on the
I mean,
floor
no,
and
no,
then
no,
toss
if
it
the
to
chicken
you.
got dirt on it, you see it. But are you saying if it came out of the kitchen and it was flipped to the left side versus, you get what I'm saying? At the present,
Mm-hmm.
we're not talking about burnt, crispy, or
No.
it looks like it's been wiped with tomato sauce, which it's not. You know,
Right, right.
We're just saying the chicken, something's wrong with the chicken.
The
Have
energy of
y'all
the way
experienced
somebody.
that?
Go ahead.
Somebody
I
said you
wanna
have to
know.
cleanse everything you bring into your
Yes.
home
That's what I
and
was
bless it.
thinking.
Yes.
It's a
Somebody
good
said it gets deeper.
reminder.
How deeper does it get? Sentimental. Keep your eyes on the cook. That's why I don't like eating at most restaurants. They're nasty with bad attitudes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
This shit is
Okay, so somebody know what I'm talking about out there, especially if you guys like to drink of the spirits at the bar. Check the attitude.
now that I do know. Me and Maya, and Maya, where did we go? Ruins. It was the lady invited us. Oh, how did it go? So could I have some tickets? Yeah. So when we got there, is this place, had all these demonic stuff everywhere, right? And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm gonna show y'all some pictures of the place. Maya showed up, and then I kept trying to look at all the symbols, and the bartender kept, because he was like,
And
Yeah.
it's interesting.
and I was like, what the fuck is going on with y'all? And then they had shit everywhere. I'm gonna show y'all. It was crazy. All right, so someone said I saw a video where a girl was caught in camera sticking a hot dogs up her private part and then serve it to the customer. Where's the beef? Ain't that some shit? All right, and I'm a hot dog lover. You just got me off hot dogs. God damn. I'll eat a hot dog in a minute though.
Mm.
Damn. I got some at home right now. Well, they're in a package though. They ain't like the shit you just talking about, but I get what you're saying. All right, so we went into this place. The first, when we walked into the door, this kind of stuff is all on the wall, right? This is, and then where we had to go, there was an entryway right there.
Oh yeah.
And then there was, the stuff is just everywhere, the whole building. And they was having a concert, a conscious concert, right? Even the fucking stage had people in it burning and shit, right? I was like, what the fuck? And it's called Ruins, downtown Dallas. And they just had everything, like all this demon stuff, right? And then they started doing this thing, and they was holding up 3 fingers, and they was like, yeah, and the lady was jamming. And then when they did that, I looked over and I was like, let me see here. I took a picture. At the same time, they were. And they was doing this 3 finger, like, they was partying too. I got videos of them dancing, but something that stood out. Anyway, so real quickly, y'all. Wow, I'm glad I hardly go out to eat anymore. Interesting. You know what's funny? I keep thinking of a song that Eminem wrote, and he said, "Splitting your own onion rings." What the fuck did that mean?
Spitting on your onion rings.
Spitting on your onion rings? What is that?
A song that he wrote, or a phrase.
I don't know how you stay in that venue if you can't feel. Yeah, I stayed because I was wearing my protection sigil and all that stuff anyway, so I wasn't afraid. There it is. So now, see this 3-finger thing? You see that? Him holding his 3 fingers?
Oh, wow.
Watch this. I'm going to show y'all. They were dancing. They had a video. I mean, I got the video. And they were just holding their 3 fingers up. And I was like, oh, are they in this damn thing? Yeah, I think it's. It wasn't that one. But yeah, so they were just dancing. It was weird. There you go. So they're doing this 3-finger stuff, right? All of them. Maybe we was getting ready to get ate up by a vampire. This I knew was piercing your soul when you went out the door, right? So you see, I was like just filming this stuff, right? And I've been doing it. I'll go downtown, different places, and just see what they're doing. And it was crazy. All right, so back real quickly. Have any of y'all done any love spells on somebody? And how did you do it? Come on, I'm talking when you were in your, weakened stage before you are enlightened. You know what I'm saying? That's a spirit of honesty too. And you got your username, so they ain't gonna know who you are. So, yes, I'm talking about a club that I visited of satanic art. Yeah, I visited last year. Yes, it was the pictures and this whole thing, man. The murals, they had this stuff everywhere. And it was wall to wall. And then they shut the doors at midnight, right? They shut these things. And I was like just tripping. I mean, just stuff was everywhere. And I knew what that one was. I mean, this the whole wall everywhere. And I was like, Maya, we done walked into, even a damn drink menu had all these symbols and shit on it. And so they mad because I'm taking pictures. I'm like, this is good. Don't know to believe the will of somebody's wrong. Never, no love spells. It's sad when you got to force or use dark magic to get someone to want you.
Ashay.
And laugh out loud. You have to talk to your water as well. Yeah. And I will never do a spell. It's true. I think a lot of people do a lot for love if they say that they want. And this will trip me out. So this dove represent peace, but they got a big black arrow.
That's great.
I was like, these people, just like whatever. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna get ready to get out of here because I felt somebody leaning on me sleeping. Maybe it's the spirits or something. I don't know. But I felt it though. Like I heard something. It was like maybe it was a voice or something. Y'all didn't hear, but I heard it. Right. Did you hear it? She heard that shit. Yeah, for real. All right. So I want to thank Leanda and TK for being here tonight. You probably see a little more of them because we're going to be doing a lot of work over here. And real quickly, if you are coming to Dallas, coming up, Billy is going to be here for Project B.L.A.C.K. And that is on the 24th. We still got some tickets for you. And then the VIP tickets are going fast though. So if you want to be in the VIP afterwards and where we kind of hang out, you're going to see a panel. So as you already see, we have Greta Chamberlain's going to be there. Judith, our crystal custodian, is going to talk about dreams and a lot of things. Billy and I is going to be there. We're in Project B.L.A.C.K. is the Black Lexicon of ancient cosmic knowledge. So you definitely want to understand it is a mission that I have initiated a long time ago. And now that I'm getting more and more people to help and we're going to do great things with that. And then that next month, Courtney is going to be here. And let me put the screen up. There we go. All right. So Courtney is going to be here. King Simon is going to be here. We're talking about numerology on Valentine's Day. So we're going to talk about cosmic love, whatever that means to you. But also now that, we all in this independent thing, it's going to be finding your love mission by yourself. If that helps, and you can get a ticket to it too, and we'll help you do that. And but Courtney is going to be here and she's going to do a group reading too, because she talks to the other side for you. So she's going to do that live for us. And maybe you have someone that some messages and things. She's really deep with that. And then King Simon is going to, go into the numerology. So you don't want to miss this. This is in February. Tickets are in early bird stages right now. So if you want to come, definitely get your tickets. Now, if you're in Dallas next week, we're going to have our conspiracy conscious convergence community. It's free for you to come out. We will have a panel there. It's going to be on the 17th. We're going to talk a little bit live on, and I may bring some reptilian videos, at least. But if you come to the B.L.A.C. thing, Greta was married to a reptilian, so she's going in. Let me put it back on the screen. So the lady next in the middle in a panel, she was married to a reptilian, so she's going to tell you a story, show some pictures, and they had kids too, like these reptilians do. They all have a bunch of kids, but some of them you don't even know. They'll say 2, 3. Some of them at 10. It just, they forget. It changes. The number changes constantly. But at least you know what they're talking about. And so anyway, I hope each and every one, great show, love hearing different perspectives. Yeah, it's something we're going to start trying to do a little more of, get some different perspectives here, and especially that we're going down this road. So in the next week or do it in the live show. So definitely I want you guys to come. And once again, make sure you download the app and then try it. Give me a video testimonial, put it like in a Google Drive, but put it, I wanted you to do it vertical. Not vertical, horizontal, that they can use it. And then just give you what you like best about it and how you felt before and after. And then you go to my website, pick a shirt or whatever, a shirt, not whatever, pick a shirt, and then we'll mail it out to you, okay? So we need the first 10 people that's going to do a video testimony, okay? But I got you covered, but I got to get the video first, then I'll send you the shirt. So be asking for that. But I believe you, I trust you, and because you're not going to put any stuff in the food, and I'm eating your spaghetti. I'm just not doing it. And I'll be starving. I'm not eating spaghetti. Nobody spaghetti. Nobody spaghetti. Okay. I'm gonna just eat grass. I'll just go out in your yard, eat your fucking grass. Be like it. Let me eat some grass and some more grass. All right. So it's been a plum, pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank TK and Leander for being here with me. Well, actually, we're here working on the events, and so it was just real. Hey, y'all, let's put the mics up, and so that we was already here working on stuff, and so we're going to be doing that. All right, so I'll see you all next time. And as you all know, I love you. I really do. If you haven't heard that in the last few days, you're going to hear it right now. I love you. Put it in the chat. I love you all, so that people who see the video afterwards, when they see it, they do know we're talking to any and all people that we do that. And so I'll give TK 5 words to say something, and then we'll move to Leander as well.
Thanks and gratitude, everybody, for showing up today and showing out, asking those beautiful questions. It was a pleasure rocking with you all tonight. And then also just the discussions that we had and the fact that you all enjoyed them. So thanks and gratitude. You all have a good night from TK.
Thank you all. I love you all. Thank you for your love and support, and for supporting us on our debut. Thank you.
Yeah. And we're going to have a vote off the island show in a few weeks, and you can vote anyone you want, even myself. I mean, you may not get your wish, but yeah, no, we're not going to do that. I enjoy both of them being here, and many more to come. All right, so peace out, y'all. Love y'all. I do.
UFOs.
UAPs.
Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Who are they? Where are they from? And what is their intent?
All questions that immediately come to mind with a mention of UFOs. A Pentagon report is detailing a dramatic increase in UFO sightings, more than 350 since 2021. Many of them are explained as being drones, birds, or weather events, but about half of them remain unexplained.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
this video taken by the Navy showing what he describes as pyramid-shaped UFOs flying over the USS Russell off the San Diego coast in July of 2019. The Pentagon has since confirmed that the video is authentic.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago. The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucers. As a matter of fact, the 509th Atomic Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell. The disc landed at a ranch at Corona, New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brazil is the man who discovered the saucer.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are.
More people are coming forward with their own sightings.
Videos recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence to the current national debate about UFOs.
Right at that moment, I saw what looked like 5 lights flying in formation in kind of an inverted check mark.
The NASA independent study team did not find any evidence that UAP have an extraterrestrial origin. We don't know what these UAP are.
The mysterious flying objects are still a mystery. NASA will continue investigating them and has appointed a director of UAP research.
Technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had.
Let's try.